Hi everyone, it's Robin. Back after not having put up videos on YouTube for a red hot minute, along with many of you, I suppose I've been just really busy at work, struggling to keep work separate from my hobbies and my interests all in the same space. But with 2021 being just around the corner, I have caught the bug and the itch to do some planner planning and have really made some changes in my planning system for what I want to use for next year. So I've got ideas for a series of videos that I want to put together between now and the beginning of January, kind of going over what's staying, what's going, what I've used, how I'll be changing my systems to fit my needs. And the first time I tried to film this video, it was 24 minutes, and that was just too long for what I wanted it to be. So this video is going to be about what I was using in 2020 and what I will be taking with me into 2021. So what's in and what's out. All right, so I think I've got my stack organized the way that I want it to be. We're going to start with what I'm not using in 2021. Rings are out for me for 2021. Not getting rid of any of my ring planners because I know myself well enough to know that I will likely go back to them at some point in time. And I love all of my ring planners at this moment. There's not anything that I feel the need to destash. But this little pocket planner has been traveling with me in my pocketbook as a traveling file cabinet. And I'm going to be moving all of the information that's homed in here to a different place. And what I'm moving and where I'm moving it to will be in an upcoming video. And so you can keep your eyes tuned for that. But all of the information that is in both my personal rings and in this little pocket rings is moving. So that's one thing that's going to get shelved for 2021. The next thing that's getting shelved for 2021 is not necessarily this cover, but the book inside. I did purchase, this is a Hobonichi A6 Techo. It is a Japanese version of the planner. And I did purchase one for 2021, but I think at this point, I am really comfortable giving myself permission to just not do it this year. 2020 was just such a train wreck with not much going on. There wasn't much to write or be artsy about. I have not, since my workspace is now my creative space, I have to double up on that. I don't find myself reaching for paints or creative things as much because I feel like sitting down in this space is going to work. It's one of the side effects I think about working from home. I don't have the luxury of setting up a different space for work. So it's been a struggle for me to get into a creative state of mind or some creativity in these books. They're just more or less for functional planning. And my personal functional planning has just gone right down the tubes. But I think that I'm going to repurpose this book. I think I'm going to swap these out. So the book, A6 Avec as an art journal, is gone. But the cover, I think I'm going to swap out with my ink journal, which I very much love and enjoy. I think if you follow my channel, you've seen this book before. This is a Nanami Cafe Notes A6 size. And I think that what I'm going to do for 2021 is just move this book into this planner because I really like this planner. And then I will continue on with this ink journal swatching as I get new inks. I think I've only bought one since I updated this the last time. So this book is staying, but I will likely be swapping out covers. So that takes care of what's out. Those are really, so my personal rings, my pocket rings, and my A6 art journal are going. What I'm keeping is what's left on my desk. You guys, I'm going down to 4. This one, if I count the ink journal here, will be 5, but that's only every once in a while. So let's start with this one, I think, on the bottom. This is a Sojourner folio. It's in the color Elan. It's a beautiful olive green cover, and I really, really am enjoying it. What I have in here is a Nebula notebook, and it's got the 52, I think I've got the number right, 52 or 53 GSM Tomoe River white paper pages. It is not a string bound book, and I was really concerned about that when I purchased this journal, that the pages would be falling out, they'd be coming unglued like notebooks tend to when they're not string bound. But I've been in this now since, when did I start? August 7th. And I've gotten a fair number of pages written, and this is just my like 100% writing place. And they're not even, aside from this first page here that's kind of peeled away right here, all of the pages are still intact, and it doesn't show any sign of, I suppose because maybe it's in the cover, it's a little bit more protected. But I really enjoy this paper, and I know that I was journaling in my A5 ring planner, and I really like the portability of this one, especially in the summer when I was going out in the morning on my deck and writing. It was a little less cumbersome to schlep out there than my big ring planner. But I can easily, when I'm done with this book, I can easily take the pages out of here and punch holes in them and put it in my A5 rings, or if I decide to move back, I can move the pages back in there. So I like that. So that will be staying for 2021. Next, least exciting, I suppose, is my beloved Giulio A5 Appunto Chuck. It's named Chuck because I literally throw it in and out of work bags when I was going to work every day. He hasn't traveled much lately, but I was on the struggle bus for a planner that was working for me for school this year, and I bedabbled in disc-bound planners for a little bit. They did not work for me. So I am back in my Hobonichi Cousin for work planning, and I'll be picking up as I move out of one role at school back into my one job and kind of diminish my second job responsibilities. I will be using this more and more. So it's what I've been reaching for. It's what I enjoy using. So this book and the Hobonichi Cousin, it's not the Avec, it's the full 1-year Cousin, will be sticking with me for 2021. Okay, the next least exciting maybe is this one. This is a Giulio. You can tell that I'm definitely a Giulio fan. This is a Giulio B6 Appunto, and it is for my junk book. When I got this Giulio, I didn't own a B6 notebook, and I was intrigued by the size, and I wanted to try one. And then I couldn't find one with the paper that I liked in it. So rather than getting upset about not having a notebook to put in here, I repurposed an art journal that I had that I was using to swatch paint colors in, and colored pencil colors. Like, you pull it out when you want to see what color you're trying to find in your color hoard. And I cut it down to B6 size. And honestly, you guys, this has been one of my favorite books. It is a replacement for like those big desk calendars, paper desk calendars that you lay to kind of protect your desk and jot notes on. I had one of those, and my problem with it is at the end of the month, you tear the page off and throw the page away, and I hate throwing things away that I have ideas on. Inevitably, I'm looking for a phone number or some notes about a phone conversation, or I doodled something next to something that I wanted to remember. I'm a visual learner. So I really enjoy moving this garbage into this notebook and just keeping random, I guess, brain dumps in here. Maybe I should call this my brain dump book. So I will try lettering. When I see something I like, I will put it in here. I slap down washi tape when I get it. I've got a few photographs in here, some shops that I really enjoyed purchasing things from, playing with fountain pen inks. So I really, and a lot of planner planning goes on in here. When I'm thinking about YouTube videos and what I want to say in them and how to construct them, that kind of planning goes in this book. So I will take notes on videos that I'm making and follow along in this book as my kind of video agenda, right? So this book is staying. I really like this book. Okay, that brings us down to my most exciting, my most beloved Julio, is my Slimapunto in matte croc black. I really, really, really love this wallet. I don't think that I've had a wallet cover for my Hobonichi weeks that I liked as much as this. And I think that it's a combination of me finding the right combination of how I'm using my weeks book with the right leather color and texture. It's a combination of everything for me to make something just click and be it. This one is it for me. The feeling is lovely. The patterning of the embossed croc pattern is lovely. I don't get tired of it. I went from really bright, colorful planners to very neutral and dark colored planners, which is really interesting to me. But I like it because I can change the color palette at any time, and I know that it will work. So this rose gold and blush weeks looked lovely in here. And the one that I have lined up for 2021 will look equally lovely in here without any problems at all. I am changing how I'm using this Slimapunto. If you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I had a piece of plastic with some vinyl over it with holes punched in it. And I had that slid in both of the secretarial pockets and the slip pockets in the back. And I made this into a fodori, where I took my weeks book and I put the string through this gap in the cover, and then I used it almost as a TN cover for my weeks book so that I would have access to both the back, the pen loop, and the front, and I could see the cover on both sides. And I used it that way for since I've owned my Slimapunto. That's how I've been using it with my weeks. I need to change things up for 2021 because of the plan that I've got in my mind. And so I've been playing around a lot with page layouts, with cover options, with, this is one of my old cover on covers that I've had for many, many years. I tried my best to clean it up. It's really kind of grungy. My cover inside is not as dirty as it looks from this. It's all on the clear plastic, which is one of the reasons why I like having the clear plastic on my covers. But this one, and this is not a new hack, I've seen this on YouTube channels, but the problem with one of the challenges, I shouldn't call it a problem, one of the challenges with the Slimapunto is that this cover on cover does not really fit into most slip pockets, and if it does, it's a very tight squeeze. One of my needs for 2021 is the ability to pull my weeks in and out of this cover to work with it on my desk, because I've used 2 weeks for a number of years. One is a desk planner and one is an on-the-go planner. My on-the-desk planner was full in the back and empty in the front, and my on-the-go planner was full in the front and empty in the back. And I thought that was a little bit insane to separate my planners when I had basically an unused half of the book, either the first or second half, whichever direction I went in. So my plan is to use an all-in-one Hobonichi Weeks. I will still be using 2 Hobonichi Weeks, but the second one is a new use, and I will talk about that in a future video also. So I took this clear cover and I literally cut the top and the bottom off so that it is now the same size as the cover, which means that this is just a flap now, but it works because it doesn't really come off unless I flip it off, right? And it also works because it will slide in and out of this quite easily now. I've not used the plastic pen loop in a while, so this pen loop is working really well for me, and I will end up putting some clear sticky pockets or clear sticker pockets on this page of my new Hobonichi Weeks for the spare cards that I usually have in the back here, and that allows me to continue using this front pocket for my cash and for my driver's license as I have been and enjoying it. And then the other addition is one of these little Hobonichi Weeks books. This one I've just covered with some washi tape on sticker paper, and I cut it to the cover size so that it would be cuter than the red and brown one that was there. And I added some pockets in the back here for the cards that I had here, so that I'm just moving things around since I'm losing all of this space in the back. I've lost this little pocket here if I'm going to slide it in and out. So I'm rearranging this a little bit to fit my idea for 2021. And the other thing that is of no use to me anymore are these lovely little foot Gilio bookmarks, because if I'm sliding my book in and out of the cover, those bookmarks would be a hindrance, in my opinion, to have to flip them out when I pulled this in and then put it in and put them back in again. We'll see. I don't know. They might go back in there. They certainly could work in here as page markers, but I'm also going to be trying a bunch of new to me things in my Hobonichi Weeks that will circumvent me needing the bookmarks. So that is for a future video, however. So the main gist of this one was what I was keeping for 2021, and I guess this would be the lineup: work, and then personal, 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 and then whatever cover I use for my little ink journal, but that's just sporadic anyway. So this is kind of it for use on a somewhat regular basis. So what are you using for 2021? I know that there's a lot of YouTube videos out there with people excitedly getting ready to set up their new planners. Some of you have already moved into your Hobonichis since it affords you the opportunity to do that. I'm waiting until January 1st to start my new books. I very much enjoy the break at the end of the school year, which coincides with being home, cozy, and setting up planners. So some of that might be in the mix for an upcoming YouTube video too. Maybe I will take you with me as I set up some of my planners. I don't know. That's a little bit anxiety producing for me, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So I hope you're having a lovely day. I look forward to seeing you soon, and keep an eye out for some more videos that are on the horizon. Bye, everyone.